Now that we've opened up the bet, let's look at the top question, and I want you to keep this question in mind as you finish reading the story. Anton Chekov wrote the bet in 1889. As you read, ask yourself, how do characters change over the course of a story? Well, we spoke about character change a few days ago, and we found out that characters can learn from their experiences and develop new qualities as the story progresses. This character growth and change is often influenced by their challenges and the adventures that they experience. This often leads to characters being more relatable and interesting. Well, it makes a lot of sense because we ourselves face challenges and we experience adventures. So once we answer this poll question, the story should unlock. The Bet by Anton Chekov. I'm going to read the first few paragraphs with you. The numbers on the left are your paragraph numbers. Again, there's always notes in the margins, especially for the highlighted portions. And of course, you can click into it and even respond to me. Okay? So, The Bet by Anton Chekov. It was a dark autumn night. The old banker was walking up and down his study and remembering how 15 years before, he had given a party one autumn evening. There had been many clever men there, and there had been interesting conversations. Among other things, they had talked of capital punishment. That's the death penalty, right? The majority of the guests, among whom were many journalists and intellectual men, disapproved of the death penalty. They considered that form of punishment out of date, immoral, and unsuitable for Christian states. In the opinion of some of them, the death penalty ought to be replaced everywhere by imprisonment for life. "I don't agree with you," said their host, the banker. "I have not tried either the death penalty or imprisonment for life. But if one may judge a priori, the death penalty is more moral and more humane than imprisonment for life. Capital punishment kills a man at once, but lifelong imprisonment kills him slowly. Which executioner is the more humane? He who kills in a few minutes, or he who drags the life out of you in the course of many years?" "Both are equally immoral," observed one of the guests, "for they have the same object, to take away life. The state is not God. It has not the right to take away what it cannot restore when it wants to." Among the guests was a young lawyer, a young man of 25. When he was asked his opinion, he said, "The death penalty and the life sentence are equally immoral, but if I had to choose between the death penalty and imprisonment for life, I would certainly choose the second. To live anyhow is better than not at all." A lively discussion arose. The banker, who was younger and more nervous in those days, was suddenly carried away by excitement. He struck the table with his fists and shouted at the young man, "It's not true! I'll bet you 2 millions you wouldn't stay in solitary confinement for 5 years." "If you mean that in earnest," said the young man, "I'll take the bet. But I would not stay 5, but 15 years. 15! Done!" cried the banker. "Gentlemen, I stake 2 millions. "Agreed. You stake your millions and I stake my freedom," said the young man. All right. So, a lot's going on right now. They just established the terms of the bet that they made. This banker and this young man, this young lawyer. This question is more of a reading comprehension. So what are the terms of the bet that had just been made? And we go to find that, well, it explicitly states it in the story, right? The banker will pay the lawyer $2 million if he completes 15 years of solitary confinement. Once you submit that, of course, the rest of the story keeps unlocking. Please, please, please take advantage of these notes to help you better comprehend the story. This is a denser text, but I think you're going to really like this story. Okay? All right.